Mercedes Mone has suffered an injury at New Japan Pro Wrestling Resurgence. Elsewhere, a top New Japan star has been forced to stop using his finishing move. And could a major WWE superstar be returning tonight on Monday Night Raw? More on that in this video. Yes, hello everyone, Jack and Ross back again with the Monday morning news. Sad news, this one, to start things off.
Yeah, bad news from Mercedes Mone taking part in that big match against Willow Nightingale and her smiley face and her large pounce.
Yes.
Have you seen the sell of the pounce from Mercedes Mone?
No, I've not.
Oh, it is one of the better ones we've ever seen.
That makes it even more of a shame.
Looks like she's been hit by a Ford F-150 Raptor.
Oh, if they were having a great match as well, that makes it even more sad.
Yeah.
Never mind. Mercedes apparently appeared to suffer a leg injury in the main event of New Japan Resurgence last night. It occurred apparently when she jumped from the top rope to the floor, after which she seemed unable to put any weight on her leg. This led to a confusing ending of the match as well, where Willow hit the powerbomb. The referee didn't count three, but she didn't kick out, and then she hit a second powerbomb on Mercedes, and that got the win. So I'm assuming the plan was not potentially for, well, at least for the match to end that way. I don't know if it would have been for Mercedes to win or not.
Yeah, it was a shoot end, it would appear. That just the way that to do it twice, because the referee maybe wasn't clued in and maybe thought had a different finish in his notes before he went out there, and something else happened and he called it on the fly. I'm
just wondering if Willow was going to win anyway or not, because if so, then Mercedes would have lost 2 matches in a row, and at this stage of her outside of WWE career, I don't know if that would have happened.
Is Willow in New Japan Strong different to Willow in AEW?
Apparently so. Yeah, it seems like
it seems weird that, no, it doesn't seem weird because she's fantastic. But the way she's used in AEW, maybe compare it to the way she's used in New Japan Strong.
Yeah.
Maybe if she's used better in New Japan Strong, a victory would have been on the cards anyway.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? But as it turns out, she is the new. This was for the inaugural New Japan Strong kind of women's championship, and I think she's a good option to be a champion in a promotion somewhere. But I don't know if they would have wanted it to be this way though.
Yeah, no, just AEW, pull your fingers out, easily likable, wins shoot ways against Mercedes Mone.
Yeah,
the sky's the limit for Willow Nightingale.
Mercedes did. She was carried out of the ring as well by an official shortly after the finish, and gave an update on Twitter with a photo in hospital and a caption saying "Wrestling, phew," and then like a
shocked face and a farting cloud.
I think that's like exhaling, like, whoa. She said, "Not how I dreamed for tonight to go. I'm so sorry, and I love you guys so much. I'm going to heal and be back better than ever." And I'm sure she will. Hopefully she will.
Yeah.
PW Insider also says that the word making the rounds backstage at Resurgence is that she suffered a broken ankle, which isn't nice, but hopefully something she can recover from.
God, it's like springtime rolls around, all the metatarsals go missing.
Oh, really?
David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, and Mercedes Mone. Under the metatarsals at the front of the foot, isn't it?
I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
I thought Beckham, I thought that was his heel, or was it near the front of his foot? Oh.
I'm not a doctor.
More injury news, kind of, in New Japan Pro Wrestling as well, as Will Osprey was chatting to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful and talked about his recovery from a recent shoulder injury and how that's affected his in-ring style.
My physio even said and he's not from Birmingham, my goodness.
No,
My physio even said my shoulder is not fully healed, so there's a chance that when you're lifting someone over your head, this could effing rip off again. It has made me question whether I should be doing the Stormbreaker anymore, because that's, dramatic ellipsis, the biggest move that I effing have. I hit that, it's game over, but I'm effing scared, bro.
Yeah, that is scary, not just because it might force him to use a different finishing move, but because surely in wrestling you're doing that quite a lot. Just various moves.
Or the gym, lifting them weights, getting swirl on the chest and the traps and the buys and the tries.
It's just a bit unfortunate. Hopefully it's something that gets better with time. I don't know.
It's obvious Will Osprey is going to be struggling for a finisher. That's an innovative man. Yeah, he can come up with any finisher he wants to, can't he?
Well,
I mean, who did the Stormbreaker before Will Osprey?
I can't think of anybody.
Me neither.
Oh, is that what? Oh, right. I see what you're saying. He was the one who invented it. He's got loads of other big moves he could do, I guess. It's
a weird one because he's been speaking recently, on Instagram lives and stuff like that, about his injuries taking his toll on his body. He's only got so much left in the ring and he has to change his style. So it narrows the options down, doesn't it, for potential new finishes, like big power ones like the Stormbreaker, maybe off the table, the flippy-do stuff off the top rope, maybe coming off the table as well. So submissions. That's the answer.
Time to get technical. Yeah, fair enough. But in more injury news, it's
a happy news video today, everyone.
Aussie Open have been forced to relinquish not only the IWGP Tag Team titles, but also the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles as well. They were double Tag Team champions in New Japan. This is as a result of an injury to one half of the team, Mark Davis. Carl Fletcher announced this last night at Resurgence when he appeared there, which, by the way, took place in Long Beach, California. We haven't mentioned that yet in this video. But
is that crucial?
I don't know, just thought I'd throw in some information, and he revealed when he made this appearance that Davis had suffered an injury that's led to them vacating the tag team belts. We saw Kyle Fletcher appear on his own recently in AEW. And I thought that was a bit weird at the time. Like, why is he just on his own? But I wasn't against it.
No.
I just thought it was a bit strange. But this could possibly explain why.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I don't know what else to say there, Jack.
No,
it really does.
Well, Mark Davis last competed on May the 3rd, teaming with Kyle Fletcher and the Great O'Khan to face the mighty D'Neil at Wrestling Dontaku. But it's not confirmed whether or not the injury came from there. But there is a plan, Ross, for how to crown not only one new set of champions, but both new sets of champions.
Yeah, new champions will be crowned at New Japan Dominion on June the 4th in Osaka, with the House of Torture taking on Bishimon in a tag team bout for both the IWGP Tag and New Japan Strong Tag Team titles.
Bishimon with a team, by the way, that Aussie Open took the belts from. The IWGP belts, anyway, in the first place. So maybe that's a clue. But I don't know, actually. You never know, do you? Anything can happen in wrestling. And now, well, speaking of that, who on earth could be the mystery partner for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
Xavier Woods, everybody.
You think it's Xavier Woods?
He took out one of the Bloodline last week, didn't he? Helping Kevin and Sami in the main event segment of Raw.
Oh, right. Oh, that would make sense.
He cut off at the pass at the top of the ramp.
I can't remember, but I do remember that happening, yeah. And that would make sense because he's been wronged recently, hasn't he?
He has.
Well, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are teaming tonight with a mystery tag partner to face Imperium in a 6-man tag team match. When WWE tweeted out a preview of this match, which asked fans who they should pick as the third man, Drew McIntyre retweeted it and then went, and unretweeted it.
My goodness. Tom is stalking Drew McIntyre, would appear. Got his Twitter notifications on for Drew McIntyre as Tom.
The fact that he's seen this, yeah. I didn't see it.
No, me neither.
Fair enough.
It might not have happened.
Nothing is yet being confirmed about Drew's return, but recently, if you remember, the Wrestling Observer reported that there were weird's the right word, but there was apparently creative issues that were keeping Drew off television, which I found quite odd because Drew seems to have been one of WWE's kind of most loyal soldiers. You know what I mean? Like, there's been reports of him working through illness and doing everything asked of him, and then it comes around that he's apparently got creative issues backstage. Well, I'd say that's not very nice of them.
Yeah, pinch your salt with that one, obviously. But like, it might be a case of like a little bit too much of stuff that doesn't go his way, potentially. Dating back to lockdown when he became a historian. Yeah. And the big stuff against Roman, then the stuff like more recently against Sheamus and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to win.
Maybe he just wants to
win.
Maybe. We don't really know what it is, but apparent creative issues. But he could be returning tonight as the third man. It could be a different person, like you say, it could be Xavier Woods.
I mean, the easy option would be Riddle, just because of what he's been doing since he came back from his hiatus from the ring. But that would be the boring option, I would say.
I don't think they'd have teased, who's it going to be, if it was going to be Riddle, just because he's teamed with them recently. And as you mentioned, I think, on the podcast, and he let them down.
He did let them down.
He got pinned.
His shoulders were pinned to the mat in Puerto Rico.
Well, and this is all building up, of course, to that big tag team title match on Saturday at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defending the titles against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. It's in jeopardy.
It is in jeopardy. I think you were going to say it's in Jeddah. I was like, no, it's not.
Is it real?
I don't know where it is. It's in Saudi Arabia somewhere.
I think it is in Jeddah. Well, I'm not sure. But it's in jeopardy, the title reign.
No, absolutely. Not even because they're facing Kevin and Sami, but because Roman is clearly scared of Solo. You watched SmackDown yet from Friday?
Solo's the real tribal chief.
Oh my God, I could not believe it's a load of bollocks. Roman Reigns has taken down everyone over the past however many years it's been now. The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, America's hero Cody Rhodes. But a little slight poof on Solo's shoulder, and it's the most vulnerable we've seen him.
He knows.
I think that's a bit weird.
He knows how scary Solo can be. He's family. That's family, oos.
But you might be wondering, what are some fantasy booking things about this event coming up on Saturday? Then three great minds of the professional wrestling world will tell you. Because coming live tonight on the channel is our 9 pictures for Night of Champions.
Absolutely.
So keep your eyes peeled for that one.
And we'll be back later on today with more wrestling news as well. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.